Hey friends, it's Thursday. It's nice to see you. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. And on Thursdays, we usually come on here to do the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter recap. So the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter comes into your inbox every Wednesday if you subscribe. And if you're not yet subscribed, or if you want to read this week's issue or any of our past issues, all you have to do is hit the link that's in the description. So we do a different topic each week, hence the title, Tarot Topics. So this week, because it's the 9th month, this was the first newsletter of the 9th month, and I've been thinking recently about the power of the number 9, how 9 show up in tarot, how we work with the energy of 9, and what all of that means. So that's what the newsletter is about. Now, typically on Thursdays, like it is today, we come on here and we do readings about whatever the newsletter topic is. Now, if the newsletter topic is, looking at the past or preparing for the future, that gives us like a narrow sort of question to ask. This one's pretty broad. You can pretty much ask any question and we can find a way to make it work with the 9s, because the 9 is such a powerful and magical number. It is literally a number of power, personal power. It is a number of completion. And it is a number of your own individual journey, your own individual life journey. So what kind of question would not somehow fit into that, right? So, I'll answer whatever kind of questions you got today, and I thank you all so much for being here. All right, let's get going. So nice to see all of you. And thank you. Those of you who were able to come to Global Tarot Circle last night, thank you so much for being here. And I do want to give you a heads up that on September 14th, the link is already up, the one and only Erica Robinson will be here with me as a guest teacher. We are going to learn how to work with the Lenormand cards. If you don't have a deck, you can get one real quick, or just take the class and see what you think and then get a deck. I've got a bunch of decks and I've never really been good at it, but I'm hoping to get better with Erica's tutelage. Her book and deck are coming out this year. And of course, she is a presenter at StarCon. So we're super, super happy to have that. And I hope you will mark your calendar, hit the bell on that link, and join us for that. All right. So let's get going. Without further ado, let's get going. Oh, here's some ado. Oh my goodness gracious, Lisa Harmon. Thank you so much for your kindness. Lisa, thank you for being a member, and thank you for the super sticker. Really, really appreciate that. Super chats and super stickers are ways you can show your support and appreciation for this broadcast, and it really makes a difference. Y'all notice we're learning new skills and we have new equipment here in the studio. There's more to come, made possible by your support. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Lisa. Really appreciate that. All right, let's get going. Let's move on over to CardCam. There you go. One of the things we're going to be working on, by the way, is CardCam for private readings. For Zoom, FaceTime, Messenger readings, that's where a lot of my readings are done, you will be able to opt at no extra charge for CardCam. We don't have that together yet, but that is something we're working on, just letting you know. All right, as you can see, I am working with my beloved Wiser Tarot. And let's do this thing. So Mixuir, Michelle, so nice to see you. What do the 9s have to tell me, want me to know? So, okay. So you give me a lot of freedom to do whatever I want to do with that question, and I really appreciate it. Here's what I want to do. I want to say, the 9s can tell us a couple of things. On one hand, they can sort of tell us what we have had enough of. I have had enough of this. They can tell us something that we are full of that is helpful. So something we're full of that is not helpful, something we're full of that is helpful. And they can tell us how to harness our own personal power. So that sounds like a 3-card reading to me. Let's do it. What do you have too much of? Now, King of Cups, how can you have too much of the King of Cups? I almost wonder if that is people who think they're acting in a loving way when really they're not. You know, maybe you are full of, in the way we don't want anymore, maybe you are full of people claiming false emotion when you're really looking for authenticity. Maybe there's that. Okay, what are you full of that is a helpful thing? Now, this is interesting. You would think that these two things should switch, right? What do you do with that? You know, when we see something like that, when it feels like the cards are showing up out of context, I think we have to find a way to interpret them while they're in context. But then we also have to talk about, you know, that's not like a definitive reading. That's kind of weird. And so, Michelle, what that would make me say is the things that are big in your life that you're happy with and the things that you're big in your life that you're unhappy with, you may have some confusion about which is which. There may be some things that are big in your life that you're both happy and sad with and not quite sure what to do about it. But interpreting this in context, something that you are full of that is helpful to you, I think that is your ability to really care about something. Your ability, perhaps it's your tarot practice. Perhaps it is political. But whatever it is, your ability to really care about something and no matter what, be tirelessly supportive of that thing. And I'm wondering, like, if you could put those two things together, what happens if you become tirelessly supportive of yourself? And what would that look like? And then, you know, this whole question of the third card, you know, to embrace to see and know and understand and embrace your own personal power. That's so funny. I picked up the wrong deck. I've got a couple of decks sitting here. You've never seen me do this, but I just did it. Mixed media, my friends. The third card, Temperance, from Lightseers. And you know, if it's an accidental pull, you know it's a good one, right? Because that's like, what's more random than accidental? But this says to me that your power is in finding the balance in all things. That your power is in your creativity. That your power is going to be in finding your emotional balance. And that's what all of this speaks to for me, is that emotionally, it is sometimes hard to know where you land because you have so many different feelings, and you can't change that. You have to try to understand it and make space for it. All right. Hope that was helpful. Interesting process anyway. Nalini, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. Oh, see, this is exactly what I would hope would happen, is people would share the concept of 9 and how it shows up in their own cultures and practices. And people are doing it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So Nalini, in Hinduism, 9 is very significant. Fabulous. Thank you so much for that. What guidance does 9 energies have for me? I'm going through some scary transitions for personal elevation and feeling a little lost. All right. And I am so sorry. So sorry that you're going through that. I am happy to do that reading. I just have to acknowledge Michelle's response. Caring about things too much is my greatest quality and also my biggest fault, right? It makes sense, right? I wouldn't even call it a fault, but it is certainly a liability. I get it. I get it. A quality and a liability. Okay, Nalini, you have my full attention, my friend. So you're going through these scary transitions for personal elevation and feeling a little lost. Because I think a lot of it feels nebulous. You are definitely going through transition, and that's appropriate, but it feels hard. And so when we look at this time and what sort of the energy of 9, which is that energy of self-determination, knowing yourself and understanding yourself, being in your power. I think that's the root of it. Whatever decisions you're making, whatever changes you're making, the key, Nalini, is to really find a way to dig in and know what is really true for you. And there's a 9 card right there. What is really true for you and what really makes you happy. And I feel like you almost don't feel like your happiness is attainable or your happiness should be a goal or even necessarily what would indeed make you happy. I think all of those things can be questions for you. But your happiness matters, your satisfaction matters. And there it is. So I feel like this feeling of being lost that you have is because you haven't arrived at your destination yet. You're not lost, you're just in unfamiliar territory. Justine, so nice to see you. You're up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. I feel I am very much completing some kind of cycle right now. Can you pull some cards to speak to the significance of where I am in my journey at this time and what cycle I'm completing? I love that. Okay, let's do like this. Honestly, the cycle you are completing is a cycle of grief that had multiple pieces to it, multiple things that were upsetting and hurtful. And that is the cycle you're putting closure to, and that's very real. Now, there will still be, maybe some sadness. I mean, you went through some life-changing events, or at least one specific life-changing event that involved a personal family loss. And so, that's always part of you. That doesn't change who you are. Or that thing did change who you are, and that never changes. But I think for a long time, you have been operating primarily from that place of that tragic change. And then the things that came after it. And then, things like COVID that you didn't even create. I mean, we're not blaming you for COVID, Justine. I'm just saying. But also affected you in a similar way. And so it's been this lengthy chapter, longer than it would have been otherwise. But you are putting closure to that. And what then are you opening up to? A whole new journey. A whole new journey of love where you know that you are lovable, that you are loving, that you are capable, that you're at the beginning of a journey where you can be primarily self-determining and that you can welcome friendship and partnership and all kinds of good things into your life without hesitation. So this is big. This is big. This is real healing, and it's really huge, and it's really exciting to see. And I know it's not going to feel that, it's not going to feel like, well, today I was that, and now I'm this. It's a little bit at a time, but this is where we're going. It's a good thing. All right. Hey, Ben, Libra Does Tarot. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Loved reading all about the 9s. Where do the energy of the 9s have their biggest influence on helping me tap into my full potential? That's a great question. And thanks so much for being at Global Tarot Circle last night. Really appreciate it. We had a good time. So Ben, I am doing you next. I just want to go to Justine's feedback. Thank you so much. Brought tears to your eyes. I know, me too, a little. Such a healing reading. I needed to hear that. I'm feeling so much more whole these days. Yeah, there you are. There you are. And, we have to give ourselves the grace of allowing healing. No matter what tragedy has hit, we have to allow for healing. And there it is. It's a beautiful thing. Jackie, nice to see you. Thanks for being a member, and thanks for your kind words about the newsletter. All right, Ben, here we go. So Ben, you need And I think you need to do this magically. I think you need to do the magical rituals. You need to use the energy of 9 to stop thinking that you are less than you are, to start seeing yourself as you really are in the best ways. You're not trusting yourself. You're not seeing yourself. I feel like every morning you need to say an affirmative, positive, good morning to yourself in the mirror. One of those real good morning affirmations 9 times, right? Do 9 breaths before reading, before anything, 9 breaths, counting 9. Really magically bring in the number 9, Ben, specifically to help you learn to trust yourself and appreciate yourself. You're working on it, but you're not where you need to be there yet. So there it is. That's how 9's going to help you. Because think about that 9 of Pentacles. Think about the Hermit. Think about the 9 of Cups, even the 9 of Wands, even the 9 of Swords in a way. I mean, these are very strong, self-reliant people. 9 of Swords is going through it right now. But there's strength there. And that strength is also within you. You just need to find it. Okay. Lisa Harmon, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. I know that I'm completing a cycle and starting the next. What do I need to know before I complete this cycle? That for your entire life, change produced anxiety. Maybe that's your nature. Maybe like it's in your chart. Maybe you have a lot of fixed signs. You don't like change. Or maybe it has to do with changes that happened when you were young that didn't take you in a good direction. Nothing you could do about it. So this is change, and it's letting go of things that hurt you, but it's also things that are inherently a huge part of yourself. So the recognition that this is hard to do, that embracing this change is hard to do, and that feels counterintuitive. But it's really normal. It really is. And so just embrace the normalcy of the fact that as you put closure to one chapter and open the next, that you will feel some sorrow about letting go of things, even the things that were hurtful to you. All right. Hey, Smile Soul 20, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Trey, nice to see you. Thank you for being here and thanks for being a member. My destiny number from your full birth name number is 9. So my destiny is to complete something. What do the cards say? So yeah, now 9 as a destiny number can also just talk about being a mentor. It can talk about being like a bodhisattva, a soul who helps others. So it's not necessarily what you must complete in this lifetime. It could also talk about what you have already completed in your soul's journey. But let's look at it. What is it for you to complete in this lifetime? It's a 9. We were just talking about you. I think the thing that we're speaking to right now is not about a specific project. I think you'll have many great projects, that you will complete. What really needs to be completed right now is that part of you that worries, like this is 2 sides of you. This is you. You're this and you're this. There are times you're talented, you're a winner, and you know that you really have things you want to do and need to do. And there are other times you're like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No. And so the thing you really need to complete is that. And that'll take time. And you'll have some moments of this here and there because it goes along with the creative personality. But this can't be driving the ship. This has to. Does that make sense? All right. Trey, somehow I knew the 9 of Swords would come up. Very weird. Well, or very psychic, or very much, we know what's up here. And Ben, thank you for your feedback. Oh, nice. Working literally with like the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords reversed and do some magic with them. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh, Lisa and Trey, thank you both for that great feedback. Really appreciate that. Okay. Madiha Ness, you're up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. 9 is also a very important number in Central Asian cultures. See, this is what I want to know. If I could clone myself, there would be one of me that would just be sitting there talking to people about their problems all day long. There would be another part of me that would be researching the spiritual and sacred traditions of every culture on the planet. And probably another one of me that would just be sitting under the tree playing guitar, right? And other things, there's also like hanging out with my family and my friends. There's one of me that needs to be those too. But the point is, y'all are making me really happy when you share this information with me. So let's see, 9 is also a very important number in Central Asian issues. The sky and land are made of 9 layers. In mythology of the region, 9 people were created first. 9 gifts, 9 bows to the sun. Fabulous. Fabulous. I'm on a majors parade recently, combinations like 1, 0, 2, or 6, 15, 20. I feel like maybe a new cycle, and now I overscrolled. Give me a minute. Hang in there. To be continued. I feel like maybe a new cycle with the completion of an old cycle. What should I know about it? How can I make the best of it? Got it, got it, got it. And yes, we will do that. And Madiha Ness, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, it is September. That means it is time to vote for the WDA Awards, the World Divination Association Awards. I am nominated twice. I would appreciate your vote. There's a lot of other great people nominated as well in many categories. Vote for your favorites. You have till like September 29th or something to do it. The link is in the description. Vote, and I think you can vote more than once, so vote often. Seriously, it means a lot. Thank you, and thanks for reminding me of that, Madiha Ness. So here is your reading. Madiha Ness, a new cycle, completing an old cycle. Well, the old cycle was the cycle of just got to do this, get this done, get this done, without a lot of time to really think about it. Like you haven't had a lot of time for your head for a long time. And you need a lot of time in your head. You are a thinker, and you need time to think, and you have not had that. But I think you're at a place in your life now where you can have a little more time for yourself. And when we look at, when we look at this new cycle, the whole thing is about giving yourself time wherever and however you do this to just kind of space out and see where your brain goes. This is creative development. This is intuitive development. Maybe you do it in meditation. Maybe you do it when you're going for a walk. Maybe you do it when you're sitting at your computer and think you should be doing other things. Maybe you're doing it right now. Obviously, there are times when you need to have focused attention. But you need time in the course of your day when you do not have focused attention. And that will help take you to the next level creatively and intuitively. There you go. There you go. Oh, Betty, that is such an interesting question. If you see a 5 of Cups and a 4 of Cups together, would that mean you're on your way to the 9 of Cups? Like adding the 5 and the 4 together to get the 9? There are people who do some things with adding tarot numbers in that way. I wouldn't necessarily think to do it unless I did. If I were in the reading and that spoke to me, I'd say it. I think it makes sense. That's not really sort of a part of my reading style per se these days, but it could be, and it could be for you. So yeah, that's real. That's real. All right. Melissa. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member, and thanks for using members-only emojis. This week for me, I'm just done in so many ways. What guidance do the 9s have for me in this respect, right? Like, what do you do with the fact that you're just feeling done? So let's talk about the things you're feeling done with. What about those things? Well, some of them are things you'd like to be done with right now, but you can't be. Now, are there any things that you're feeling done with that you really need to be done with? Like, does this serve you in some ways? Yes, and there's your 9 of Pentacles. You have done a good job being done with a lot of the things that take your power away from you, a lot of the things that try to make you less than. You've done a very good job with that. And so it's good to be done with some things. Now, the things you're feeling done with that you can't be done with yet, what do you need to do with that? Are there ways that that feeling of done is just burnout and that you will be able to kind of come back into some place of power? Yeah, maybe there are some things. Look, another 9 of Cups reversed. That tells me there are some things in your life that you have to do right now that you really don't want to do anymore. And there's no healing about that. We acknowledge that this is not what you want to be doing. We acknowledge also that you'll bring your A game no matter what. But there are some things in your life that are making you unhappy, that you have to do right now, that you don't always want to do. And we know you do your best with it regardless, but I think the key is recognizing that you are doing really powerful healing work. And part of that process of being done with stuff is you sort of giving yourself permission to find other stuff. And so this card is that permission. This can be new love relationships, new friends, new job, all kinds of new things to bring new things into your life. And that's really sort of where we're at is open. And I mean, you've been wanting those things and looking for those things for a while, perhaps. But the energy has shifted in a positive way to support you. All right. Teresa, oh my gosh. Oh, see, Teresa's like our resident astrologer here. Such a good thing. We really appreciate you. Teresa, thank you for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Here's what Teresa says. This is so cool. Thursday is Jupiter's day, and Jupiter rules over Sagittarius, which is the 9th house in astrology. 9th house is higher education, religion, laws, morals, and ethics, and travel. That is so cool. Martha Vink, nice to see you. 9 is my girlfriend's birthday, this Saturday, in fact. So her birthday is 9/9. That's pretty cool. How can I use the power of 9 to improve my relationship with her? I'm feeling disconnected lately. Well, so the interesting thing is, with the number 9, that's a very individualistic number, you have to feel more secure in yourself. And I know that sounds counterintuitive. How can I feel more secure or more connected in my relationship? The counterintuitive but true answer is by feeling more secure in yourself as an individual. Being the individual that you bring yourself to that relationship. What else do the cards say here? To remember that a relationship is always a work in progress, and to remember the things that the two of you enjoy together, to do things that you enjoy together, to laugh together, to talk together, whatever it is, to enjoy your time together and remember that you are always learning. If a relationship is not a work in progress, it's non-existent, really. All right. Oh, Ness, thank you for that feedback. Oh, Ben, I love Lenormand, and Erica is awesome. Yes, we are so excited that she is going to be on this channel, and we're also very excited that she is a presenter at StarCon. Okay, up next, Karen Hendershot. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I feel like I am completing and starting a cycle. What do I need to know to make the transition easier? What a great question. What you need to know, Karen, is that you are stable and you are capable, and you can do something that is scary, that steps outside the box a little bit, with very good results and in a way that does not hurt your stability. That's what you need to know. Betty Wands, right. Betty Flesher, I'm reading two things at the same time here. Betty Flesher, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. When, if ever, am I going to be out of the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands? Not sure if that's a good question. It's a great question. Let's see. You know, the thing is, it's more than one thing that puts you there. And there are some things that are kind of self-limiting, you know, there will be a natural end to them. There are other things that are more internal where you're going to have to sort of change what you're telling yourself or process some things differently. Process some things differently in order to feel okay. Because where you really want to be is the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, right? You just want to switch your nines. And I think you are actually working on doing that. So it will happen. The external things you can't really do anything about. The internal things, it's a matter of changing what you're telling yourself and recognize that you have been telling yourself things that you were told for all your life, and they're not true and they're not helpful, they're hurtful. So it's that internal process. All right. Amy Foreman, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. And Baby Cakes, nice to see you. Should I proceed an interview for the job that I'm pondering on from yesterday? Or should I take more courses and look for better paid options this September and beyond? All right. Interview for that job. There's a very good chance if you interview, you would get it. And if you got it, there's a 9, you wouldn't love it. Or should you take more courses and look for better paid options? Take more courses. I mean, education is always helpful. Are more courses needed for better pay? Perhaps yes. And if you do that and look for better pay, will you find better pay? It's going to take a while. I sort of feel like the right answer is a conglomeration of the two options. That maybe you do go for the lesser job right now and do that, but then over time also keep working to find something better. You know, a job is not a marriage. You don't have to stay with it. Maybe that. Okay. Hang on one second here. Here we go. Amy Foreman. 9 is my life path number, but I do not always feel like I'm living up to the expectation of integrity of the energy and the expectation and integrity of the energy of 9. In what way do I embody 9, and how might I settle into this journey of 9 more so? And funnily, expectation was a word that my phone added in with autofill. Some truth there, though. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Okay. So, you know, here's where I'm at here. My question, when I look at your question, is why? Why do you feel like you're not living up to that? It's exactly as I thought. I think this is a holdover from your upbringing. I believe that you were raised, you know, perhaps with a religion or a philosophy that teaches that, like, all have fallen short. None of us are good enough. We all have to keep working to be better and better and better and better. And the funny thing about that is, I mean, do I believe that? I do. I do believe that we all have to be working to heal. We all have to be working to be self-aware. I do believe that, but that's not what this teaches. This is like, you have to be better at following these random set of rules. And so I feel like you were raised to think that you're falling short, and that's why you think you're falling short. You're not falling short. The only way that you are falling short is that you're thinking that you're falling short. That's what I think. Just saying. So yeah, expectation is the whole thing. The whole thing. And, you know, in the ways that you do embody 9, as I see it, all of them, I mean, I feel like I can't answer the question as delivered because the question is based on a false premise. So there you are. All right. Jackie Masters, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. How do the 9s appear and influence your life, and how can they help you move forward? So I feel like, Jackie, when you are feeling strong and independent and capable, that's when that 9 energy is most strongly with you. I think that they help you move forward, Jackie, by knowing when it's time to end something and when something isn't going to work and when to ask for help. There's a 9, when to ask for help. I think like discernment, that's what it is. That 9 energy with you really helps you with discernment. And that can be even intuitively. As a reader, I think a lot of your intuition comes from that energy of being full of that connection to Source. And so I think it helps you connect with Source. It helps you close doors and open doors. It helps you integrate with what's for you and try to stay away with what's not for you. Amy, you are very much welcome. Baby Cakes, you are very welcome. Okay, and Ben, thanks for your feedback. Here we go. Hey, Audrey M., nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Okay, so Martha, you'll be together Friday and Saturday, so that's perfect. The next request I see is Teresa. A question of my choice. Well, since we know you are in school, Teresa, so that's like the starting of, it's a journey that has to complete in order to start another journey. Let's look at your journey of education and moving into a new profession, which is really, really, really hard. If it were easy, anyone would do it. Everyone would do it. That's the thing I think you need to know to be able to move forward here. And I think you've had people in your past make you feel like you're not capable, like you can't do things. And you're doing this and you're doing it with capability, but there's a part of you that's like, but I've been told all my life and therefore believed that I can't do this, but I can. And yes, you can. And that, you know, when we look at this journey, that is what this is. This is a journey of, oh yeah, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You have the ability, you have the permission, you have the agency. Yes, you can. There it is. All right. Patty, thank you. That was like an amazing mini therapy session. So it's so funny, like when I was doing this newsletter, I chose this topic because like the last few have been pretty heavy. And I was like, I got to do something light and just informative and whatever. And here it is, first week of September. And I had literally been contemplating the number 9. So I was like, okay, here we are. But it's like, what kind of readings are we going to do around this? What's that going to look like? And once again, you're such an amazing community. You really found a way to hone in on that energy and ask the right questions so that we could do some great readings with it. Betty, Christiana, thank you for this. I was feeling very low earlier, and now my mood has improved 100%. So thank you. Well, thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member, and thank Tarot, man. That's really the thing. Thank Tarot, right? Oh, Adrija, I missed you. Oh no. Coming right back to you. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Back to card camp. And anyone else? Who else might I have missed? I'm going to go back and find you, Adrija. It is last call for readings, y'all. So if I missed you, let me know. I see it. I am so sorry. You were between... I know why I missed you, because it was all in between talking about Erica and Lenormand, which, Adrija, I think you would be really interested in. I think you really might enjoy the Lenormand cards. Anyway, what is this cycle I'm stuck in, and how do I get out of this? All right. What is this cycle? I'm not sure that you are stuck in a cycle. I think what you are doing is you are in the process of figuring out what your future is going to look like and trying to create your future, and it hasn't come together yet, and so you're super frustrated. So you feel stuck, and you will feel unstuck as soon as this happens. But you're feeling stuck now, but this is not a cycle of your own creation. It's not anything you're doing wrong. You just have to keep doing it until you find what you want. All right. Who else did I miss? Anybody else? Anyone here and not ask a question? It is last call for readings, y'all. So, in the description, there are a lot of links. There's a link to become a member of this channel. There is a link to learn about StarCon and get your ticket for StarCon. Please do that. There is a link to book a session with me, private session with me. And there is a link to vote in the World Divination Association Awards this year. Last year, you all really did me a solid, and I ended up winning Best Tarot Reader and Best Divination Teacher. I'm nominated again in both categories. Am I greedy? Do I want to win again? I wouldn't mind. I would not mind. And so y'all do what you do, and please go vote, and vote for Erica, vote for Maria, vote for all the great StarCon people. But in the categories that I'm nominated in, please vote for me. Please, please, please. Please, please, please. Oh, Adrija, also, I got an appointment with you. I actually saw that come in while I was on here. I couldn't accept it, but I did see it come in, so thank you for that. And I'll go send you the confirmation as soon as we're done here. But thank you, Adrija. I really appreciate that. Do as Adrija did and go schedule an appointment with me. My friends, thank you. Thank you so much. Real pleasure to see you. I'll be back tomorrow with our Friday weekly wrap-up. Thank you for all your kind words. Thanks for being here.